It will take them 3 years to catch up to where Tesla's AI chip is at the moment, because Tesla is advancing this market so much faster than the other automakers. After that, Tesla will have made significant progress, and carefully analyzing, why is Tesla leading? How is this possible? Each of these other automakers has R&D and capital budgets that are far larger than Tesla's. Therefore, this is impossible. Yes, it is. They will most likely prevail in the autonomous arena since they have the finest battery technology, the best artificial intelligence processor for driverless vehicles, and the most miles and drove data in the real world. Additionally, they continue to be the only automaker to offer performance-altering over-the-air software updates. The first is the technology of batteries. When it comes to cost reductions, they are, 3 years ahead of any other automaker. That implies that the majority of other automakers will have to sell their electric cars at a loss while losing their internal combustion engine business if they wish to compete with Tesla. As for the battery technology, they're planning Battery Day in April, and we anticipate hearing more about Maxwell Technologies, which they purchased but haven't really discussed much. Yes, that is undoubtedly another development that will help them flourish even further. Artificial intelligence is the second variable, which is how fully autonomous vehicles are achieved, and their chip, they presumably use the most of their battery power there anyhow. And we simply believe that the electric car market is so big that we will devote the majority of our time to research. Actually, the actual margins will be found when they scale and become independent. We believe their solar roofs to be feasible. Additionally, this is a wise tactic. They are essentially approaching builders and saying, let us work with you to build out a solar roof, as opposed to cold calling and knocking on doors to install solar panels. Additionally, the financing will be included in the home's purchase price rather than being consumer installment loan, which is also exceedingly difficult to attain. Therefore, we genuinely believe it to be a fantastic company idea that is both sensible and feasible. However, electrified and driverless cars, and most significantly, the driverless taxi platform, are the main story here. I believe that people are starting to realize that Tesla is leading the industry and that other automakers are having problems. It's not enough to merely watch Tesla's remarkable rise from the sidelines. With the most recent information on Tesla, stock price targets, innovation, and all things Elon Musk, Seeking Alpha is the one-stop shop for Tesla bulls and those with an eye for finding the next big thing in the stock market. Our channel may receive a commission if a customer makes a purchase after clicking on the affiliate links in the description. This is where we discover the significance of Tesla's secret data. Every day, its 5 million robots gather data from all across the world and transmit it to Tesla. In terms of disengagements, accidents, and other incidents, Tesla has more corner cases than all other companies combined. And I must admit that the advancements in AI that we are witnessing are incredible. The rate at which this is traveling, thus it's intriguing. I believe there is a data problem. The largest AI project in the world is autonomous taxi platforms. All I know is that as they retreat, our market share, expectations for Tesla increases. In response, we sold since it was up 150% in comparison to everything else. Since then, we haven't sold much. And it will stay in the top 5 in our fund if we are correct about this autonomous taxi opportunity. In the US, we believe Tesla is leading the way in autonomous taxi systems. It has gathered more information about our roads and, in fact, other highways worldwide than all the other companies put together. As a result, it has more corner cases and is most likely the firm that will transport people in the quickest and safest manner from point A to point B. Thus, the market is winner take most. So whether it's the bull scenario, which occurs much more quickly, or our base case, which simply says, all right, autonomy possibly takes a bit longer to play out. Since each unit now represents the potential for a robotaxi and a robotaxi fleet, it's actually interesting that we want Tesla to scale its units. Elon now claims that he might be able to launch that fleet this year. We believe that it will be more like next year. However, the robotaxi fleet is actually going to be, or the robotaxi service is going to be, more like a SaaS business from a profit perspective. Because units have so much option value currently, we believe it is quite wise to maximize them. Since we do have a 5-year investing time horizon, the price objective for our stock, which I believe is just now hitting for 2027, is our estimated value of about $2,000. And that falls between our bear and bull case range of $1,400 to $2,500. Regarding regulations, I genuinely believe that they are benefiting Tesla. The number of auto fatalities in the United States decreased to the low 30,000 range annually for, I believe, about 30 years. Around the past 5 years, they have recovered and increased to around 45,000. And I believe that the National Highway and Transportation Safety Administration is under pressure to make a change. Yes, it is closely examining Tesla's data. Additionally, Tesla published some statistics during Investor Day that we believe not many people paid enough attention to. The most significant of them is that, when fully autonomous, a Tesla car gets into an accident every 3.2 million miles. That's equivalent to 1 out of every 500,000 kilometers for the typical car on the road. We believe that the global robotaxi opportunity is one of the most significant investment opportunities of our time and will generate $8 to $10 trillion in income by 2030. Additionally, I believe that it will save lives, which is one of the reasons behind that. Human mistake is responsible for 80–90% of vehicular fatalities and accidents. Additionally, automated driving will eliminate human error. Their goal, in our opinion, should be to make the roads safer. I do know one thing, though. Why don't they look at every other fatality that occurs on the road every time they examine one? The others, the ones that claim 45,000 lives annually. All you hear about are Teslas. Is a little crazy. However, after looking at those deaths, the odds, well, most of the time, the bulk of the time, they come to the conclusion that the driver was at fault. There are numerous sensors and a great deal of monitoring in the car. And they developed yet another measure that says, you know what? Compared to most cars, Teslas are safer. We frequently discuss Tesla. Since autonomous taxi platforms are expected to generate $10 trillion in revenue globally by 2030, it is actually the biggest artificial intelligence play that we currently believe in. Consider that revenue of $8 to $10 trillion is about half the size of the US GDP. The largest AI opportunity now available is Tesla. Because of the advances in artificial intelligence that Tesla is utilizing today to transition to completely self-driving, we think that Tesla is the closest automaker and the closest tech company to a nationally commercialized autonomous taxi platform. However, are you aware of anyone else who is as optimistic about Tesla? That would be Seeking Alpha, today's sponsor. The greatest online source of pro-Tesla news is Seeking Alpha. So learn about the most recent Tesla offering, pricing goals, innovation, and everything Elon Musk has to offer. Click the affiliate link in the paragraph below. My team and I work together to come up with all of the answers I will provide you today. What are the benchmarks now? We have published our Tesla model and conducted years of original study on the company, as you are aware. As of right moment, it appears like Tesla will begin offering unsupervised ride-hailing in California and Texas early next year, and the company has made this announcement. Now, it has, according to Tesla, human safety is 670,000 miles between critical interventions. Now, what we see on the road every day, if you're in some parts of the country, they were everywhere. I was in Los Angeles recently, and it was pretty amazing. Will you not think that the 670,000-mile gap between essential actions has been crossed? Since Tesla has introduced FSD here, the most recent of which is FSD 13, we are aware that the company is hiring teleoperators, which would indicate that they are very near to commercialization.